welcome back to
the Zak
and Buzz
Review!
Okay, so today we watched the third and final special of the Doctor Who 60th anniversary specials.
We did.
Doctor Who The Giggle.
Ha-ha!
What do we think?
Oh, I loved it. I mean, I've got to say, I really liked. I didn't know what to expect. Bit ambiguous with saying about.
What I do know is the fact that this actually proved to be quite controversial in the week leading up to this point.
Well, I was saying Russell T Davies was going to put something in there that's really going to kind of squash it for the classic Who.
Which I was very worried about.
Yeah.
I was very, very worried about it. But thankfully,
he didn't.
He didn't.
Not in my opinion.
It could have been a hell of a lot worse.
Yes.
And overall, I actually really enjoyed this story.
Yes,
I really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it, and of course, the main actor playing the
Celestial
Toymaker, which was Neil
Patrick Harris.
Did a fantastic job.
He did a very admirable job.
He gets a sonic screwdriver for that. Well done. But anyway, no, he did a brilliant. I loved his role.
Yeah.
It was superb. I liked the whole thing. I just liked all the effects through it. I loved the what he was very much. Dare I bring Star Trek into the Whoniverse? But he was Q. Basically.
Yeah, that's basically the
He's
Celestial
basically an
Toymaker.
omnipotent being that gets caught out by his own rules at the end.
Well, that was actually a thing, because the Celestial Toymaker, the original story, obviously most of that is missing, but they're actually bringing that out as an animation in the not too distant future, so we'd have to do a review of that.
You know, couple of things on it.
Things.
He's been stuck in a box, filed away, and sealed with salt, so that kind of salt thing's still in there.
Yeah, I didn't quite get...
And there was no mention of Mavity.
No, I couldn't...
So I don't quite know what
and
was
I'm
going
not
on
sure about the whole Beep the Meep thing, saying you talk to the boss, because
Talk to the boss.
it didn't really seem to be connected at all.
Yeah, that's right. But on the big picture of it, I really think that now we have obviously finished Classic Who, because Classic Who finished, and then we went into New Who. And now officially, New Who has finished.
Yeah.
And I mean this with respect when I say this, but we're now in the Rainbow Who era.
Oh,
You know, and I'm saying that because, you know, people are all rainbows and everything these days, and everything's inclusive, and that's fine, got no beef with that, but it's definitely Rainbow Who.
Yeah, it did kind of feel like an ending to
It's an
stuff,
ending
didn't it?
to Classic through New Who, and now we've got a whole new Doctor starting.
Well, they're saying series
Rainbow Who.
series one. Series one. So
Series 1, and it's where I got a bit confused, because obviously David Tennant was playing the 14th Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he splits into two.
Yeah.
Which technically means there's two of him that are living in the same 14th Doctor space.
But
So
they're calling Ncuti Gatwa the 15th Doctor.
I don't think he should be. I think he should be either the 14th technically, but the first by Generation Doctor. He's the first of his own timeline, so he's the new first Doctor.
I mean, to be honest, we've never kind of really been in this kind of position with Doctor Who before, so it's all new ground.
It's new ground. It's new ground, but it's definitely, you've got a whole new Whoniverse going. So this is kind of part 3.
So going back to the actual special itself, I did like the references to Classic Who.
Oh, there was so many. It was literally. I'm gonna have to watch it again and again, probably to count them all.
Yeah,
definitely. The conversation they had in the TARDIS.
Gods
about,
of Ragnarok, Mavic chairs, stuff like that.
And I love the fact that Mel was in it.
Yeah.
And that she was talking about what's his name again?
What's his name? You're gonna have to describe.
Well, the one she flew off with.
Sylvester McCoy.
No. What's it?
Oh, Savalon Glitz.
Savalon Glitz. Yeah. So that was brought up, and she sort of like
filled in that story,
and I love the idea
because it was very much an abrupt ending. Who she just left,
and because Savalon Glitz was very much kind of comical, kind of hero figure. The idea that he fell over his whiskey bottle at the end,
that was kind of funny,
and then had a Viking funeral, which is like superb.
Of course.
I like that, and it was nice to see Mel. Yeah, last time I bumped into her was on the set of EastEnders, so there you go.
So, of these 3 specials, what has been your favourites?
I think this evening's.
This evening's, I think it just about pipped it to the post.
Yeah, it's kind of last week's one. While Blue Yonder was great because it was unknown and it was its story in its own right. Which this is kind of peculiar because the 3 episodes kind of felt as if they weren't really connected. And
and they were supposed to be 60th anniversary specials of Doctor Who. They didn't really kind of celebrate Doctor Who that much.
You know.
And you kind of expected there to be like a bigger twist.
Yeah, it was more like, yeah, it was I don't know. It had just a feeling tonight of it was the end.
Yeah.
End.
It was a
Boom. That's it.
final thing.
Final thing. Okay, there you go. So now we have David Tennant, 14th Doctor, living out the rest of his
My kind
time
of theories
in Donna's
to
back
that
garden.
were the fact that could he not be the curator? Could he
Well-
not become the Tom Baker curator Doctor?
I would say that he's probably going to spend his time with Donna
Enjoying
and family,
life.
enjoying life, and enjoying doing lots of Big Finish. Okay, because that line is probably going to go with Big Finish, and we'll never see it again probably on TV
Until the next anniversary special.
unless in the Rainbow Who era we're
getting lots of spin-offs apparently, so
Well,
maybe
lots of spin-offs,
maybe something.
But you know, like in obviously with classic Who, 5 Doctors, and New Who, we had the Doctors coming together.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe in obviously Shooty's Rainbow Who Doctor might have some of the old Doctors come back.
Possibly.
So we might see them again. But I think really that's the end.
Yeah.
David Tennant is the dead final stop. Boom. No more.
Doctor Who is that Doctor is enjoying life. It's now
That's it.
another
All the way from Hartnell
Doctor
through.
to
That's it.
David Tennant being the 14th Doctor, though
Stops.
technically he's a bit more than that because of obviously
Now
Death Christ and
we're
everything
at a
else.
whole new ball game.
Well, considering that actually like the final thing was a ball game.
Oh, I talked about balls.
Yeah.
I've got to say, it must be pointed out that obviously when they split, Shooty got some of David Tennant's clothes,
Yeah.
which meant I sat there thinking, hang on a minute, David Tennant has spent the rest of the time going commando here.
In itchy trousers.
Itchy trousers. Okay.
That's actually quite funny. We did have the Master a bit in that.
Yeah.
Because
and
the
they
Master
did-
was apparently in the Celestial Toymaker's tooth, and then a hand picked up that
but
tooth.
Okay, so if I can have a reference, do you remember with the Master where they had the ring
Yes.
and it was picked up?
It was very much like that. It was very much like that.
And I also felt, of course, with the Toymaker, I actually like the Spice Girls sequence with the Toymaker.
Yeah. Now that is how to do a musical number right.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the blooming Rasputin thing, Chris
Yes.
Chibnall.
Yeah,
That was silly.
That actually, do you know, I'd forgotten pretty much about the Rasputin bit, but it took me back to the Master when they were doing the drums, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that
it was done
sequence.
well.
Yeah.
Not just for the sake of it.
But I loved it. It was brilliant. So here we go. We don't know where Doctor Who's going from here, but let's face it, we're on the verge.
Yeah.
2 weeks, and it's Christmas.
Yep. We get
then
the
we
Church on
Christmas-
Ruby Road. That'll
Christmas
be the first
special.
one
And we've
of
had a-
Shooty's run.
And we had a little peek at that at the end of the show, didn't we?
Yeah,
we saw
the goblins.
We saw the goblins.
So it's going to be interesting to see what the heck the goblin song's all about.
It's kind of Harry Potter-like.
Yeah. One more thing on Big
Go on,
Finish.
one more.
thing on Big Finish is the fact that I did find it a bit of a little niggle that the fact that they didn't take into consideration the Doctor has actually met the Celestial Toymaker and other things other than the main show being with the first Doctor. They've met in novels, 2 Big Finish, the Magic Mousetrap and the Nightmare Fair.
Yeah. Well, you
But they
please,
ignore those completely.
Please, let's not get into the argument, dare I say, of canon, because
I
think
mean, now canon is just whatever the heck.
canon's whatever you like.
Yeah.
Canon's in your own individual head.
Multiverse.
Multiverse.
You've explained every possible argument is explained by the multiverse.
But anyway, we're here. We're reviewing this particular
one, The Giggle.
The Giggle, and
I
love the
didn't-
whole TV thing. I love that.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Oh, it was
actually
really creepy, and I really liked the way
with the
that
dolls.
Yeah.
The dolls. That sequence in that little maze
Do you know what
house.
it brought back to me?
What?
When Donna's getting attacked?
Yeah.
Barbarella. If you've not seen Barbarella, they have some killer dolls in Barbarella.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that.
So
I thought Puppet Master.
Puppet Master, yeah, there's great Puppet Masters.
Yeah.
So
or 15 of them.
You know, so no,
Maybe not the last ones.
it ticked my boxes all the way down the line.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I didn't find there was any flat bits, and I was really interested to find out where the whole kind of what's this Russell T Davies is going to put this big blinder in there, and it was obviously people had guessed that this regeneration. That's fine.
It just raises a lot of questions that I'm not sure there are answers to yet with the whole regeneration thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, They're calling Ncuti Gatwa the 15th Doctor, but is he the 15th Doctor? I don't know.
Well, again, I think as Doctor Who fans, okay, in the Who-niverse, we've got to take a little bit, pinch of salt. Got to take everything with a pinch of salt. Ooh. Because how many times over the period of watching classic Who, me growing up with from black and white through to all the colour stuff, and then the new Who with you as you grew up. Yeah. And the amount of times the Doctor has said how old he is. Yeah.
I know, in this one he said he's a billion years old.
And now he said he's a billion years old. So, it's... I think if I'm 600 years old, I'm 900 years old, and that's now... I'm a billion years old.
To be honest, they mention the Flux a lot in these specials. Well, the second one and this one.
Had puppets as well.
But the thing they don't seem to mention is the Timeless Child thing. They haven't mentioned that
I
once.
would say by him saying he's a billion years old, is a reference to that, don't you think?
Yeah, because I mean, I think literally having this like new regeneration by whatever, it's kind of it is cancelling out without cancelling it out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because now we've got a full
new
stop.
Doctor,
full stop, new Doctor, new
timeline.
Not a timeline. Rainbow Who.
It's a new being. It's a new thing.
Can't really call it New Who because we've had New Who. Rainbow Who.
Next to.
Yeah, there's Rainbow Who because it's all inclusive. There you go.
New Who.
New Who. But it's new. New Who.
New Who.
Rainbow Who.
So look forward to a review of the Church of Ruby Road on
really
Christmas Day.
There we go. Yeah, job done.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and comment below any suggestions of further reviews you'd like to see. See you in the next one.